You've broken down the script, detailed the characters, written, thrown out, and rewritten the script. Now it's time to cast your production. This step can be one of the most enjoyable but agonizing parts of pre-production. You'll finally see a portion of your vision materialized in the real world as your characters take life. This comes with making some hard decisions as you pare down a large pool of people to the most talented actors. We'll help you to make sure you've chosen the best talent you can, and hopefully set you up for a smoother shoot in the process. Now, before you invite anyone to audition, you'll want to pre-qualify your talent. Are you looking to cast a male or female, someone in their 30s or 70s? A fair amount of people who will want to audition won't fit the role you're looking to fill, and there's nothing you or they can do about it. So, where do you find great potential stars? Your first source should be talent you've worked with before. Famous directors like Martin Scorsese and Christopher Nolan are known for working with the same actors across several films. They do this because they have a good working relationship on set and have reliable work ethics. If you've directed an actor in the past that's worked out well, and you think that person would be a good fit for your current project, they should be on the top of your list of audition invitations. If you're not comfortable with the number of candidates you have so far, your next step should be to turn to the internet. Sites like Mandy.com or ActorsAccess.com are read by actors who are more experienced with the audition process, while classified sites like Craigslist will give you access to talent that is less experienced, but may be willing to work for little or even no money. Whatever route you choose, make sure you ask actors to send you their resume and headshot. As you comb through them, start with the headshots. It's likely you'll eliminate half or even more of the actors that want to audition because they simply don't have the right look. Don't be surprised when you have men sending you their headshots for female roles, or 20-somethings sending you headshots for senior citizen roles. And don't rule out actors with the wrong hair color, style, or facial hair. These can be easily changed, and their abilities as an actor may be worth the extra time it takes to make the change. Once you've pared down your talent pool to those with the right look, consider the resume. Actors' resumes look quite a bit different than a more traditional professional resume, often consisting only of their contact information and a list of productions they've worked on and roles they've played. Take both the amount of experience the actor has, as well as the quality into consideration. Lead roles are obviously more impressive than supporting roles, and supporting roles will be more impressive than background roles. At this point, you may have a good idea of who you'd like to cast, but realize that many actors' resumes and headshots really don't do them justice. Set a day to hold auditions and send the invitations to more actors than you'd like to have show up, as not everyone will. Try to schedule actors to audition in 15-minute increments so that they don't get restless waiting for dozens of people before them to finish. Now, on the day of the auditions, you'll want to have a few things in place and ideally a few extra hands to help out. Since you scheduled your actors to come in 15 minutes apart, hopefully no one will be left waiting, but just in case, have a room set up nearby for actors waiting to audition. It's a good idea to offer snacks and even have someone give them instructions or help read through scenes as practice. Set up a well-lit room with enough chairs for your team and the actor. If you can, try to take video of each audition to have available for reference later. Finally, if the actor is going to be reading dialogue with another character, you'll want to have another person in the room to read the other half of the dialogue. If you try to do it yourself, you'll find you're unable to give the actor the attention he or she deserves. After auditioning your actors, you probably have a few that would work for each role you're casting. It's time to narrow down your candidates with callback auditions. A callback is an audition where you invite select actors back to audition with finalists from other roles. Select a scene where two actors perform opposite each other. As you have the actors read, note the chemistry between the two. Some actors will perform well on their own, but stumble when working with others. Conversely, actors with somewhat flat performances alone may shine when acting opposite the right person. We recommend bringing actors back for as many callbacks as you feel necessary to feel comfortable making a decision. Now comes the hard part. You need to make a decision about who your stars will be. As a courtesy, you should call everyone you've auditioned to inform them as to whether or not they've made the cut. Be respectful, as your first choice may back out and you may end up casting someone you've only recently passed on. Congratulations! Your production has taken life. Your story is emerging from the page into the real world. Now, if you follow these tips closely, you'll be set up nicely with a strong cast and good relationships with your local talent pool. Now it's time to take the next step in bringing your vision to life.